Hello everybody, we are on day 27 of our at-home full body workouts. So we'll just let wait for some people to come online and we'll let the numbers build and then we'll get into our session. Hey Karen, hey Margaret, hey Lisa, hey Karen, Ella. Karen, Ella, she's English, so Ella means other, so other Karen. Hey teens, Nick, hey Nick. Sheila Wright, Margaret Breen, hey guys. So we'll just let a couple more people come online and then we'll get into it. So this is day 27. What number day is it for you out of the workouts? So how many out of these 27 have you managed to do and work with me on? So we're in our sixth week of our at-home workout. So today all you need is a weight or kettlebell, hopefully something you can hand in single hand, and a chair or stool. Okay, so that's all you need. Today is all about muscular endurance. So it's going to be prolonged sets with continuous reps and continuous movement. Susie Flood, how are you? Trish Flood, 24 sessions, well done. Mackers, 21, well done. Looking good, that's it guys, nice to hear that. Okay, can anyone beat 24? Anyone beat 24 sessions? So if we got anyone who's done more than 24, let me know. We've had some serious commitment. That's great guys. Hey Finn, how's it going? Okay, so we'll just another 10 or 15 seconds. The numbers are just building nicely there. Ooh, Aoife, 27 sessions, well done. Nin the Pin, 25 sessions. Susie Flood, only 18. No way. Nadine, 27, well done guys. Teens, 22. Maurice, number 20. Excellent. 27 for Karen, just saying. Cool, okay, none of that Karen. Okay, so give yourselves a little bit of space guys. That's great to hear that we've got such commitment. That's fantastic. That gives me a shot in the arm. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of endurance today. So we're going to have to work on our hamstrings and our lower back and our glutes. You want to warm them up, so I want you to go down into a squat and hook your fingers under your toes and push your knees out with your elbows and hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and then raise your hips as high as you can, stretching out that lower back for 3, 2, 1, and then back down into a squat. So of all 27 sessions that you've done guys, been live or have you caught up over the 24-hour period? So every 3 seconds we're raising the hips and lowering the hips. That's absolutely fantastic to hear that we've got some 27ers, 24s, 26s. Well done. Okay, every 3 seconds we're transitioning from a squat into a hip raise. So as I raise, you're going to raise, or vice versa, or whatever. Don't worry, every 3 seconds, roughly thereabouts. And at the top, try and shift your weight from left leg to right leg slightly, just to exaggerate the hips and exaggerate the hamstring stretch. 3, 2, 1, and keep that going. Because by the end of today, we're going to have a lot of kettlebell swings done. Yeah, kettlebell swings. They're essentially your rests today. Okay. Stuff, and keep raising those hips nice and slow. Take your time staying with this exercise, stretching out that lower back, stretching out those glutes. So in a couple more seconds we're going to go onto our back and we're going to go into bridging to activate those glutes, get those hamstrings working. Okay, so now onto your back, knees bent, feet on the floor, drive the hips up into the sky, nice and slow. What we're looking to do is activate the hamstrings and the butt. So at the top your bum should be tight. Hamstrings should be starting to get warm because we're repping out the exercise, pushing from the heels. We don't want to curl the toes up, we just don't want to load bear through the toes. Okay, so let's get one leg in the air. So today, just resign yourself to the fact, change legs, that you're going to be doing a lot of kettlebell work. Everything we do today, or dumbbell, or barbell, a bag of books, whatever, I refer to your single-handed weight as a kettlebell, but again, you guys can change. Back to 2 legs. So everything we do today is going to involve that weight, whether it's a 4 kilo, 6 kilo, 8 kilo, 12, 16, whatever it is, you are going to be using a weight to the best of your ability on all the exercises. In the way that we have Bodyweight Friday, let's have Kettlebell Tuesday. Or Weighted Tuesday. Okay, up we come. You're going to go into a lunge and you're going to drop your 2 hands down beside the instep of your foot. And then we're going to try and get the elbow that's closest to that foot down as close to that heel as possible. And then come up and twist the torso around and then back down elbow as close to that heel as possible, and then up and twist around, and then back down. Again, dropping that elbow as low as possible, relaxing through the shoulder blades, and then twisting. So we're trying to get as much of an independent rotation on the upper body as possible, combined with a groin, hamstring, and hip flexor stretch. So you're twisting over the front knee. Okay, and change legs. So it's a big stretch, 2 hands are down beside the instep. We're getting the hip flexor when the 2 hands are on the floor, then you're dropping the elbow down to exaggerate the hamstring on the front leg, and then twisting up and around over the front leg and back down. Anybody know what topped Hathaway in the charts we were talking about yesterday in 1993? Still haven't managed to figure out that one. Oh, here's a few clicks on my back. That's normal, that's just the ligaments stretching and clicking back into place. Oh, releasing. Okay, we're gonna go for one more. Elbow down, as low as you can. And then up and rotate, and then slowly come up out of that exercise. Okay, so like I was saying, everything you do, you're gonna be using a weight. What's gonna happen is, we're gonna pick an exercise, we're gonna work on it for 3 minutes. 3 minutes solid. So the first exercise we're gonna do is step ups. So we're gonna have our weight, we're gonna step up on the chair. You can change feet anytime you want. You can stick with one leg for half, the duration, whatever. As long as we have 3 minutes of it done under our belt. If you need to take a breather, take a breather. But make sure that that breather is as slow and as quick and as small as possible. After the 3 minutes, my beeper is gonna sound. At that point, we go straight into 2 minutes of kettlebell swings. When we come out of the kettlebell swings, we're into a new exercise for 3 minutes. Simple as that. You just follow me, we're gonna go for 3 minutes. So we are starting kettlebell step-ups, weighted step-ups in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I'm driving that bench or that chair or that stool down with the whole surface area of my foot. I'm trying to isolate the leg that's on the chair. I'm not trying to push myself up off the floor, and I'm trying to avoid any overhang of my heel off the chair. If the foot is overhanging, then I'm not going to be able to push from that part that's overhanging. And if I'm trying to use the whole surface area of that foot, I'm not going to be able to, because obviously I've got an overhang. So start thinking about your foot placement. We're already 30 seconds in. Only 2.5 more minutes to go. So again, what we're trying to isolate here, if your right foot is up on the chair, you're trying to isolate your right quad, right hamstring, and right glute. With every rep, we're not letting the knee collapse to the left and the right. We're keeping that knee on a line with your ankle and your hip. So draw a line between your ankle and your hip, and you are getting to keep the knee on that line. We are already 1 minute in. Whew. It's already starting to take its toll, especially after yesterday. In 15 seconds, you're gonna hit the halfway mark, and I'm gonna change sides. But again, if you've been alternating, it's up to you. My shoulder's starting to burn, along with my quad. And I'm on the halfway mark, so I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna keep it as short as possible, and I'm off again. And again, I'm drawing a line between my ankle and my hip, and I'm making sure my knee stays on that line. It doesn't collapse in or doesn't push too far out. And once I got my technique, and I can maintain that technique, then I start to ramp up my reps. But at any point, if my technique starts to fail while I'm ramping up the tempo, and I pare back the tempo, and I emphasize technique once more. 1 minute, and then you're going into kettlebell swings. If you have water with you today, just say goodbye to it. You're not going to see that water for 40 minutes. You're not going to die of thirst. You're not going to die of dehydration. You might die, but that's not because of dehydration. It's because of kettlebell swings. 37 seconds, and then you're going to go straight into your kettlebell swings. And again, with everything we do, with our kettlebell swing and our step ups, we're going to push the floor aggressively away with the whole sole of the foot. We're not looking to just isolate the heel or the ball of the foot. The whole foot pushes into the floor. Whew. We got 15 seconds, and then we're into 2 minutes of swings. After we come out of swings, we're going to go into a rear elevated split squat. And that's using this chair again. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Into your swings. Let's go. Shoulders back, chest out, head up. So remember, go through your points, pushing the whole floor down with the surface area of the sole of your feet. Your shoulder blades are pinned back together like you're holding a tennis ball between them at all times. And you're aggressively and explosively pushing the floor down, which allows you to stand up tall, and therefore the kettlebell goes out in front. And for a very brief period of that swing, that kettlebell should feel weightless. At the top, I always loosen my grip just enough to prove to myself that my kettlebell is weightless. Shoulders back, chest out, head up. Control your breathing. Think of this in a sadistic way as your rest period. So we got 60 seconds left, and then after 60 seconds, you're going to take the chair, you're going to put your back foot up on it, and we're going to go into split squat. So that means dropping our knee right down towards the floor while maintaining a perfect upper body, like you got a full glass of water on your head. So those kettlebell swings, I'm really starting to feel them on my middle back, in between my shoulder blades and just below, because I'm really focusing on my posture. But also, after yesterday's workout, there was a good bit there on the middle back as well, especially with our step ups. 12 seconds. We got 10 more seconds, and then we're getting into our 30 minutes of rear elevated split squat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your chair, get your back foot up on the chair, and drop that knee right down. Now you have the luxury of time for the next exercise, which is rear split squat. So take your time. Use that time to really focus on the movement, on the sole of the foot, remaining in contact with the floor, of the shoulders back, of the chest out, of the head up. Keeping the posture, really hammering the posture today. 30 seconds in already. So, I'm going to keep going on this until we hit the 1 minute mark, and then I'm going to do a minute on the other side, and then it's going to be 30 and 30 to finish it off. So if you want to stay with me, go for it. Otherwise, I will give you the halfway mark. Okay, it's 1 minute in, I'm changing. It's up to you. Again, you can decide when you want to change. You can change every 3 or 4 reps if you want. But you can tell by my breathing as I'm talking, that heart rate is already elevated. And an elevated heart rate means calories. And calories equals body fat. And I'm bracing my core to ensure my posture stays correct as I drop myself down into my split squat. And I'm really concentrating on my technique, because in 20 seconds I'm into my last minute, and I gotta concentrate for 30 and 30. The more tired I become, the more the body wants to take a breather. 10 more seconds and I'm changing. 5 seconds. And I'm changing again. 30 and 30. Again, as with everything, I'm trying to keep that change, that transition, to a minimum. So my stomach really needs to have to squeeze, because that middle back on me right now is tight and it's really making itself known. 7 seconds, and then I'm going to change to the other side again. 3, 2, 1. Quick change. Last 30 seconds of the round. After this, we're going back into our kettlebell swings. So today, as of yesterday, is all about endurance. And you will see how effective this workout is without going at crazy speeds. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kettlebell swings. Let's go. So, it's at this point that if your body was taking any shortcuts, it's gonna start to show up. So now you gotta really focus on exaggerating your technique and, more importantly, your posture. You gotta get your big muscles driving. Let the big muscles do the work. Keep the posture, keep the shoulder blades pinned. I'm really finding these swings tough on my middle back, because my middle back wants to take a rest, and it's giving me a good bit of tightness, but it's not a bad tightness, it's just a holy crap, give me a rest tightness. But I'm in charge of it. What are the one things I'm in charge of? Very few, and I'm going to tell it to keep going. What else am I in charge of, Nick? That's it. It's the only thing I'm in charge of, is the posture. Nick's got everything. Oh yeah, the motorbike. Nick's got everything else. We have 50 seconds worth of swings, and then we're gonna work on, wait for it, kettlebell thrusters. Yeah! So really gonna work on the lower body portion, of the kettlebells. Tough session, not for the faint-hearted today. 30 seconds. And then, if you need to take a breather, take a breather. If you need to get rid of the weight for a few seconds, get rid of the weight. But stay honest. Really focus on keeping yourself ticking over. You're going to be very aware of your posterior after this. That's basically anything on your back. 3, 2, 1. Weight up onto the chest, push your hips back, sit into a squat, and press. So, we have 3 minutes of thrusters, and it's not at crazy speed. It's at controlled, continuous pace with perfection on the posture and on the technique. Because right now, your body is really struggling to keep those muscles fed. It's 30 seconds in, I'm changing and I'm going. Remember, with your squat, first step, push ass back. Second step, sit ass down. Third step, drive knees out to the side. Do not let your knees collapse in at the bottom of your squat. Keep the knees pushed out to the side. We're coming up to the minute mark. At the minute mark, I'm going to change sides again and change. So, use your breathing as a cue. In, hold, up, out. In, hold, up, out. It's hard to describe that when I'm trying to hold my breath. 15 seconds, and then I'm changing back to the left side. Whee! In a crack today, huh? Okay, that's the halfway mark, and I'm going again on the other side. Again, you can switch anytime you want. The only goal is to keep going with that perfect posture and the perfect movement pattern. I got 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to switch to my right side. One more time each side. Switch, 1 minute. And as with every squat, you always start a squat by sticking your ass out. Once your ass is out, it has all that room behind it to drop. If you don't stick your ass out and then you try and drop, your knees get pushed forward and your weight goes into the ball of your feet, and therefore the knees take the pressure as opposed to the quads, glutes and hams. And switch last time. 30 seconds. And all of a sudden, you'll realize how heavy that weight has become. We're 18 seconds away from our third round of swings. 10 seconds. 7, 5, 3, time for one more rep. And swing. Let's go. So, we have 2 minutes worth of swings. And again, no matter how fancy you get with the weight transfer from hand to hand, the foundation remains the same. The feet push uniformly into the floor. The hips aggressively stand tall. And the shoulder blades remain pinned back. So, we're 30 seconds in. We got 90 to go. And then after this, we're going into a single arm row. So you're gonna go back to your chair. You're gonna put one hand on the chair. You're gonna support yourself with the 2 feet and the one hand. So you got 3 points. Tripod, stance, and then that one arm that's free on the weight is gonna squeeze the lat and draw that weight up to your armpit. So 1 minute to go. So what I would say is on the single arm row, play around with the angle of the elbow in relation to your ribs. So I have it at 45 degrees. Keep the hand moving, or keep the arm moving, and keep the pressure on the lat. So every 30 seconds, I'm going to change sides between left and right. Pushing the floor down, straight legs at the top of my swing. Shoulder blades pinned back. Oh yeah, yeah. Nice tough one today, eh? 15 seconds. Good things happen in numbers of 27, right? 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back to our chair. Let's go. 3 points in contact with the surface as we row. And again, we're not giving the core a break. We got to keep squeezing that stomach in order to maintain a parallel posture with the floor. So again, everything we have done over the last 20 days, change hands, that's 30 seconds. Everything we have done over the last 27 workouts is fully and wholly scalable according to your abilities. So the way in which you scale something down or up, so for example, if you want to scale this exercise down, you either lighten the load or reduce the amount of reps. If you need to take a breather after a certain amount of time or reps, take that breather. Change hands, 1 minute in. If you need to take a little bit longer of a breather, take it. If you need to change the movement by supporting yourself with one hand on a surface, do it. But again, no matter what version you do of the exercise, you will always focus on the correct muscles and the actual movement pattern itself. And once you have those down, everything we do is scalable. Unfortunately, the drawback, change hands halfway. Unfortunately, the drawback about following a session online like this is there isn't much feedback from a trainer. So you gotta listen to the verbal cues and you gotta take them on board and apply them as if a trainer was standing beside you and adjusting. So while you hear me talking through how I'm standing, I'm helping you get yourself set up in your own posture with your own technique. Change hands, 1 minute to go. So again, I got 2 feet in one hand, equally load bearing. My knees are soft, my hips are pushed out the back, and my upper body is parallel with the floor. Before I pull that weight into my armpit, I'm squeezing my stomach. And I'm engaging my lat. That means I'm visualizing that big muscle on the right side of my body because I'm using my right arm, squeezing and pulling my shoulder and therefore my arm back. Okay, in the last 30 seconds, change. So we're going into swings next. So remember, as we get tired, that body starts to look for shortcuts. Do not let it look for shortcuts. You have to be the hard-nosed trainer as well as the hard-nosed client. 10 seconds. We're going into swings. 7, keep the rest to an absolute minimum. 4, 3, 2, 1, and swing. Woo! Sweat is dropping off the end of my nose now at this stage. And again, with your swing, don't be afraid to bend your knees a little bit and stick your butt out the back. Don't rely on the lower back. We're not using the lower back. We're using the feet driving into the floor, the hips and knees fully locking out aggressively, and then the shoulder blades staying back. The lower back isn't taking much moving or isn't taking much lifting in this roll. It's the glutes, the bum cheeks, snapping forward and bringing you back to an upright position. Whew. Well done. Keep her going. Let me just check my notes there. Oh yeah. So, next exercise we're going into in 1 minute and 6 seconds time is you're going to be on your back. You're going to put your feet on the floor, knees bent, and we're going to sit up and raise that kettlebell or that weight to the sky. So it's a sky reacher with one hand or two holding the weight. If you need to do it without the weight, do it without the weight. Like I said, everything is scalable. So if you're struggling with the weight, ditch the weight. Focus on perfect posture. Woo! So, last 30 seconds of these swings, and then you're onto your back for sky reachers. And again, do not let the body take shortcuts. And the first place the body is going to try and take shortcuts on a swing is by rounding the back and letting the shoulder blades open. Don't let the shoulder blades open. 10 seconds, keep the stomach tight. And aggression when you stand up. Get angry. Show me your angry face. 3, 2, 1. On your back. Sitting right up, punching to the sky. If you need to use a hand or an arm on the floor to help, that's fine. But the emphasis here is keeping that weight directly above your body with an emphasis on getting a squeeze on the stomach. If you are not getting enough of a squeeze on the stomach or you can't sit up, just raise your shoulder blades enough till you get that squeeze. That's halfway. I'm going to change, but safety first. I'm not going to change directly above my face because that's just silly. I'm just going to change with the bell beyond my head. So if it dropped, it would land on the floor, beyond my head. Excellent work, 12 seconds. And then I'm going to safety change again to the other side. So remember, focus here is your core. That's our primary focus. And I'm changing hands without dropping the bell on my head because it's out of the way. Whew. So I'm trying not to swing the weight. I'm trying to keep that weight as steady as possible. I would use my hand on the floor to help myself up in order to avoid swinging the weight. If you swing the weight is just going to lift you up as opposed to you pushing it up using your stomach muscles. So in 6 seconds we're coming onto the halfway mark, and at that point I'm going to change safely again, and I'm changing again, and I'm off. Oh, my arm is starting to burn. My stomach is really struggling to stay honest. So I'm giving myself every opportunity possible to keep isolating my stomach muscles. 10 more seconds, then I'm changing for the second last time. Keep going, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and I'm changing again. It's your last 60 seconds. Stay with it, guys. Remember, we only do every exercise once apart from the swings. So you've got a 3-minute window to get as many reps as possible, or reps as possible. Reps. Chicken wrap. Whew. Here we go, 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to change for the last time. 3, 2, 1. Safely change out of the way of the head and sit up. Keep moving. The key is keep moving. Right technique. Who's that? Nick Campbell. KMRT. Keep moving. Right technique. There's no mention there about speed. It's just about keep moving. So once you got the right technique, just keep moving. You can't get it wrong. Whether it's at 100 kilometers an hour or 2, 4, 3 swings in 2, 1, up we get, into swings. Let's go. Whew. So by now, your core muscles are tired, but they are active. So we're gonna capitalize on the stomach muscles being tight. And hopefully, if done right, that should take some pressure off the middle back. Whew. It's that tension I was talking about at the start that I was getting on my middle back. That started to ease off now because the body has sent all the blood in. We've helped remove lactic acid. We've helped remove carbon dioxide. The muscles have been mobilized and we are back to business with very little tension there. But that will show its head later on this evening when I'm sitting down and relaxing. Those muscles are definitely going to be domed. But it's so hard to get a full range of pull exercises to build and maintain the back. So it's kind of a nice little shot in the arm when you get DOMs on your back after a workout like this, because you got limited equipment. Everything you can do for the front and above the head is push, and you can push stuff much easier than you can pull stuff. So it's harder to pull stuff in a wide range of movements. So we've got 35 seconds, and then we're going into sumo deadlift, high pull. And the key with the sumo deadlift is a nice wide stance, and the knees stay out wide as the feet. Don't be lazy and let your knees fall in. Stay on it and keep the knees pushed out. So we got 12 more seconds. Use that to perfect your kettlebell swing. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet nice and wide. Sit my butt down, drive, pull. Down, change hands, drive, pull. If I want to, I can use 2 hands. So, I'm gonna go for 60 seconds alternating, and then I'm gonna go 60 seconds. Then I'm gonna go 30 seconds right side, 30 seconds left side, and then I'm gonna go back to 60 seconds alternating. So we wanna sit our bum right down, low. I don't want you to tip forward. I want you to stay as upright as possible. So at the start of every rep, you're really hammering in the depth of the hips, the knees getting pushed out to the side, and you're generating that power. 5 seconds, then I'm gonna go right side entirely, although you can keep going. I'm gonna go right side entirely now. So what I'm looking to do, just like my kettlebell swing, I'm looking to generate as much power with my big muscles. That's my quads, my glutes, my hams. Then I am with my shoulder and my trap and my forearm. Those guys are tiny compared to the muscles on my lower body. In 4 seconds, I'm gonna change to the left. 3, 2, 1, change left, drive and pull. Well, it's more like drive the legs and steer. And remember, if you break the elbow early, you lose the power. So do not break the elbow until the legs and hips are fully locked out. And then if you get that combo right of locking out the legs and hips before you pull with the arm, that weight should feel slightly light for a split second and allow you to steer the direction. Okay, we're back to alternates for 60 seconds. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to expel as much energy with my leg and hip extension as possible. And that energy, therefore, is going to transfer into the kettlebell. The kettlebell then has its own kinetic energy and is able to travel autonomously for just a small duration. But it's at that point I then steer where I want it to go with my arm. That heart rate is crazy high. What are we at? Touching 450 calories already. 15 seconds, and then we're into swings. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, swings in 3, 2, 1. Let's swing. Whew. Shoulders back, chest out, head up, aggression on the hip and knee extension. So we're really focusing now on the posture between the shoulder blades, because it's now when that posture starts to go to pot. So that kettlebell, if done right, the technique is done right, that kettlebell should be weightless, just like your sumo deadlift type pull. And it's that very split second of weightlessness at the top, where the legs and hips are fully locked out, that you actually get a little bit of a breather. And when you add all those little breathers together, they result in more longevity in your routine than having to sprint, rest, sprint, rest. It's like you're recovering on the go. So you got to really focus on your technique, posture, and movement patterns. You're inside 1 minute to go, and then the next exercise we're going into is Russian twists. Now, this is where you get the choice of either using the kettlebell or not using the kettlebell. But regardless of whether you use the kettlebell or not, I don't want to see any ankles crossed, and I don't want to see any feet off the floor. I want to see heels on the floor very lightly. 30 seconds. So I want you to imagine the floor is made out of eggshells. Your heels are going to contact the floor without breaking those eggshells at all times. Whew. And your ankles are not locked. Your ankles are unlocked. 10 more seconds. Hello glutes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Step 1, sit. Step 2, unlock ankles. Step 3, lean back, remain in contact with the heels. Twist over, twist back. Very lightly, keep contact with your heels. At that point, you are leaning back, keeping the stomach tight, and then you are twisting using your weight. So it's 30 seconds in already. After 30 seconds, I'm going to ditch the weight, and I'm going to go for 60 seconds unweighted. And then for the last 60 seconds, we're back to weighted again. And there is no difference, posture-wise, between weighted and unweighted. Slow, controlled, continuous movement. Slow as pro. Okay, so I'm going to ditch the weight. I'm going to sit myself up, heels very lightly on the floor, lean back, stomach tight, heels remain in contact very lightly with the floor, rotating torso, all the way around, all the way back. Woo! So I got 45 more seconds, and then we're into another 60 seconds of weighted. You might find your tempo increases the more you go with the out the weight. That's fine, as long as you keep an eye on technique. So if you need to take a little breather every few seconds, take a breather, but be harsh on yourself and lean back and get straight back into it again. And I'm trying to turn my torso all the way around, and my stomach muscles are absolutely on fire right now. I got 12 more seconds, and then I'm going to pick up that weight again. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm back to the weight. You got 60 seconds left in the Russian twists. So every 4 or 5 reps, I'm just going to put it down. I'm going to take a couple of seconds. I'm going to reset, and I'm going to reset my posture. Take a very quick breather, and I'm going to go back into it again, because it just allows me to stay honest with my technique and doesn't let any kind of shortcuts come into play. 30 seconds to go, and then we're into our second last round of swings. And again, my heels are very lightly contacting that floor made out of eggshells. 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Kettlebell swings. Let's go. Jesus isn't going to help you now. Whew. Oh. So, next exercise we're going into is, excuse me, I have to catch my breath. Next exercise we're going into is going to be a windmill. And that's going to be a standing windmill. Whew. And the whole idea behind the windmill is keeping the emphasis on the core and the shoulders. So you only go as low in a windmill as your technique will allow. So you'll see me getting all the way down to the laces on my runners. I don't expect everybody to get down that far. Just get your hand as low as you can while maintaining that weight. So a windmill is you're going to have your arm fully extended above your head. Your feet are going to be nice and wide. So your right arm is above your head. You are running your left hand down your left leg to touch your left shoe. At all times, that weight remains above your head. Almost like you got a tray with a full glass of water on it and you don't want to spill it. That Bruno Mars video looks like he's in Eddie Rockets.
5 guys, I think, no?
Oh, 5 guys, is it? Okay. Sorry, just got some MTV on in the background. Whatever distracts her from my talking. 30 seconds to go, and then we're into our last exercise of windmill, and then our last set of swings, and you're gonna wake up screaming, swings tonight. Hey, no burpees, right? No donkey kicks. No high plank, knees, elbow jumps. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3. If you're new to the windmill, listen to my instructions as I go through them. Fully extend the bell above your head. If you can't hold the bell locked out, do not hold the weight, go unweighted. Put your hand on your left thigh, turn to look at the weight, run your hand down, tip your runner or as close to as possible, come back up and twist. So I'm going to twist to my right, so I'm underneath the weight, keeping an eye on it, running my hand down my leg, which is massively sweaty at this point, and then twisting and coming back up. And in 5 seconds, I'm going to change to my left side. 3, 2, 1. Changing to my left, turning to my left, getting under that weight and coming back up. So imagine that weight is a glass of water. You don't want to spill it. If you find it's starting to tip forward, then you stop going down. You only go as far as you can without that arm tipping forward. And you've got to keep an eye on it at all times. It's going to be sneaky. 3, 2, 1. Changing sides, and I'm off. If you're new to this, it will take a while to get used to the technique. Again, scaling it is reducing the depth at which you push your hand down and then reducing the weight or removing the weight. But the aim is to hold that glass of water above your head without spilling it. 7 seconds, then it's the halfway mark, and we're going to change again. 2, 1. Change sides, bell up, twist, drop. So if you have managed to do every exercise with me today as I have prescribed, that's called RX, fair play, because this is a tough muscular endurance session. So we are getting the muscles to work continuously under resistance and endure that for 3 and 2 minute sets. And change sides. 60 seconds left. So by doing muscular endurance, basically it's like running with a weighted vest on. You're continuously asking your body to work at a regular pace without any rest for a long period of time against an external resistance other than your body weight. So your body is used to carrying yourself around and can do that exercise continuously, but if you start introducing foreign weight to add increased weight to your body, you are going to really struggle because the muscles are only conditioned really to lift you for a prolonged period. That's why you don't see big bulky marathon runners. The body strips itself right down to what it barely needs in order to continuously work at the most effective manner possible. Stick a weight vest on them, they're working harder. Oh, that's muscular endurance, cardio endurance. 5 seconds, we're going into our last set of swings. 2 minutes to the finish line. 2, 1, swings. Let's go. So, keep moving, guys. You have 2 minutes worth of swings. Whew. Ignore my timer. It's having a little bit of a fit, but it's all right. I'll be able to keep an eye on, keep going. So we're already 10 seconds in. Whew. We got a minute, and now 45 seconds to go. Whew. So in a minute and 45 seconds, you are done. And you're going to be done with the perfect kettlebell swing. The exact same way your perfect kettlebell swing started today. So our feet are pushing uniformly into the floor. We're extending our hips and knees aggressively into the floor so we can come upright, and then that bell is therefore transferred via kinetic energy out in front. We try not to bend our elbow, because if you bend your elbow, you end up working your forearm and bicep, and then you end up slightly tendonitis. You don't want that. You want to dump as much energy using the lower body as possible till that kettlebell, as you can see, is weightless. Don't try that at home, especially if your wife's looking at you and she doesn't want you to break the floorboards with a kettlebell. So we have 45 seconds. Whew. And we are into our cool down. So remember, at the top of your swing, your legs and hips have locked out, your bum cheeks are tight, your stomach is tight, your shoulder blades are tight. Tight. Whew. We have 35 seconds. Oh, keep the posture. Push the feet down aggressively. Remember, imagine you were standing in sand. If you were to step out of those 2 footprints, there shouldn't be a depression more at the back or the front. It should be a uniform depression. Depression. That's something these endorphins are going to battle. Oh. Remember, you're doing this to flatten the curve, guys. We're almost at the other side of it. We can definitely see light at the end of the tunnel. We just keep pushing through. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Last 3 seconds of the workout. 2, 1, rest. You guys are now done on Tuesday, day 27. So take a couple of seconds, let that heart rate come down. Whew. And we are going to take a breather before we get into our cool down. 515 to 608 calories. Heart rate's at a consistent 135. That's not bad. So control the breathing, in through nose, out through mouth. Okay, so regardless of how many swings we did after the first round, we really hit those hamstrings tough. Yeah, too right. We really hit those hamstrings and glutes and lower back. So we want to stretch them out. So I want you to spread your feet as wide as you can, soften your knees, push your hips back and drop the backs of your hands to the floor. And we're just going to hang around down here for 30 seconds. So control your breathing, in through nose, out through mouth. Whoa, let me know how you got on today, guys. Send us a message, stick a story up on Instagram, tag us. Tough, not tough, easy, medium, hard. You wouldn't be able, those kind of messages, and then we'll be able to judge from the feedback. 7 more seconds, then we're going to go into a lunge, and we're going to drop our left knee onto the floor and put our right foot out in front. 2, 1. So we're going to lunge, and we're going to raise our hands above or behind our head, and just let our left hip, sink forward. I'm just going to relax into this stretch. In through nose, exhale out the mouth, relax the shoulder blades, and the emphasis of my stretch here is on my hip flexor. So essentially just below my belt line, into the top of my thigh, and then down into my quad. Whew. How are we feeling?
Wrecked.
Feeling wrecked. How was a sneaky one? Well, there was no sneaky about it, it was blatant. Let's call that a blatant one. Okay, and change. When someone says you got 3 minutes of step-ups, followed by 2 minutes of swings for basically 40 minutes, you know it's not going to be an easy one or a sneaky one. So if you can endure that session, you can pretty much endure any session. Whew. So control your breathing, in through nose, out through mouth, emphasis on the hip flexor. After this you're going to go have a shower, and then you're going to go have something to eat, because you got to replenish the glycogen calories that you just expelled. Okay, standing tall. So I want you to interlock your fingers. You're going to turn and you're going to round your back. Push your back out as much as possible. Relax your shoulders. In through nose, out through mouth. I want you to visualize your shoulder blades actually opening out to the sides. 10 more seconds, 9 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your right hand down the back in between your shoulder blades, left on the elbow, pull to the left. Whew, tough but great work. Thanks, Ron. You're very welcome. Jeez, I can't even speak. What is wrong with me? Maybe I didn't have enough martini for breakfast. Oh, you're very welcome, Sharon. Bring back the burpees. You're going to be eating those words then. Oh, change sides if you haven't already. In through nose, out through mouth. Okay, and guys, that is your Tuesday. So tomorrow I will see you same time midday for day 28 on our 6th week. Go and wash your head because it's sweaty as hell. See you later, guys. See you tomorrow.